Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. So today this is the midweek Bitcoin and altcoins watch Zoom session. So we're going to discuss Bitcoin price action and we're going to look at few altcoins, and also we're going to discuss what will happen in the coming few months. So I welcome you all. Okay, so let's quickly switch to the Bitcoin price chart. All right, so this is the Bitcoin price chart. So things have changed a bit compared to what we seen last Sunday. As you know, on Saturday we had a bigger correction, which is probably I would say about $17,000 drop, like within a couple of days or so, from all-time highs, which is 69,000. We dropped about 40% so far, closer to 40%. Yeah, so what now? So as long as we are above this white line, which is the 200-day moving average, we are technically in a bull market, which is like 46,500 right now. So right at the moment we are technically in a bull market, so things are looking good in that perspective. But in case if we see Bitcoin comes back down, and if it breaks 46,000, then technically we could be heading into like a bear market. And if it stays below and then it comes back up to retest this 200-day moving average, which is like say 46,500. So for example, if it drops below 46,500 and say it's gonna consolidate around 40k and it tries to come back and break above 46,000, if it fails, then we might need like a couple of months consolidation for it to go back about 200-day moving average. So it's really, things are really 50-50 at the moment. But given that we had a massive correction, like Bitcoin has gone into oversold levels, but so far it has recovered from those levels. So now it's at around above 50k. So as long as it's above 50k, we can say 50,000 is could be like a really good psychological level that Bitcoin could hold. But we would like to see Bitcoin quickly get back above within this week, within the probably next 2 to 3 days, or just before next Sunday. If it gets above 52,000k, things are looking really good. That's the bearish and the bullish scenario for Bitcoin right now. Technically we are in a bull market, but if your portfolio is altcoin heavy, meaning like rather than Bitcoin you have a lot of altcoins, then all we need to see is Bitcoin staying above 200-day moving average. That's all we want to see. So as long as Bitcoin is about 200-day moving average, yeah, then all coins tend to go up in value. So that's what normally happens. So like for me, I've for a lot of all coins plus Bitcoin. So I would like to see Bitcoin's not gonna drop so much or go. I don't want to see it go up so much or either it goes down so much. Just consolidate for some time. That would be like a really good situation for all coins. We'll see like all coins tend to pump a lot. Okay, so this is Bitcoin. Let's quickly switch to Ethereum. Ethereum is looking really strong. It looks stronger than Bitcoin. Like for example, Ethereum price is around 4,375 at the moment. So the all-time highs for Ethereum used to be 4,880. So it's only dropped like 500 from its all-time highs. But for Bitcoin, it drops on 70k all the way down to about 50k or something. So Ethereum is looking really strong compared to Bitcoin. That's why I believe Bitcoin might recover or consolidate for some time, and Ethereum might. We'll probably see a lot of strength in Ethereum chart in the future. So I'm expecting if Ethereum holds up about 4,000 USD, that's looking really good right now. there's a bit of resistance around 4,500, 4,450 or something. I would like to see it quickly get back above 4,500, and then we probably might see all-time highs. And let's not forget, January is a really good month for Ethereum. Even if you look at the seasonality, especially within a bull market, Ethereum tends to outperform Bitcoin and even other altcoins as well. And the good thing is, when Ethereum goes up in value, it's a good thing for other altcoins as well, especially for ERC20 tokens, because when Ethereum goes up compared to Ethereum altcoins, ERC20 tokens tend to go down a lot in value. And then when Ethereum pumps and when it consolidates, people tend to take profit from Ethereum, and then they tend to go back into ERC20 tokens and smaller coins. If we see that, that'll be ideal. If you're holding a lot of altcoins, then we tend to see altcoins pump a lot compared to Ethereum once Ethereum has already pumped. So I've been accumulating few altcoins, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's not forget, you need to have Bitcoin and Ethereum on your portfolio, preferably 60 to 70% in Bitcoin and ETH. The other 30% we go into altcoin. We can buy whichever your favorite altcoin. So yes, I do hold a lot of XRP. I'll do a lot of hold SLP. So let's have a look at this SLP chart. So this coin has been going down a lot. Like even this is the USD chart. From all-time highs, it actually dropped about 90%. So it's a massive drop. So these coins are a lot cheap. Like we might see, I've been accumulating this coin for some time now. This is the USD chart against SLP. But let's look at the SLP chart against ETH, and still I think it's massively down compared to ETH. Yeah, so it's about down like 95, 96%. So I don't mind accumulating these coins, like because I have a feeling that they might pump. And then as you can see recently, we can have a look at the 4-hour chart. It was massively oversold compared to ETH. So recently, I mean, few hours ago, you've seen like a bigger pump. As you can see, there's a bigger green candle here. So this is what happens like for these coins, like, they get oversold, and then we see like a massive, like quick pump, and it pumped, and then people probably took profit. So that's why it pumped from about 915 compared to ETH all the way up to 1.4. It's probably popped probably 30-40%, and now we can see like if people probably took profit, just dropped down a bit. But now, like, let it maybe I would see, like, I might say to consolidate in this area for some time, and then it'll probably pump back a lot harder, like, towards the upside, because they've been going down for so long. Like this is the USDT chart for SLP. From 40 cents, it dropped all the way to like 3.4 cents, and it pumped to like 5.4 cents. So just like because it's coming from oversold level, just like a quick massive pump, and then we can see a bigger buy volume, which is a good thing. So it might consolidate here for some time before we see for the upward prices. Still, it's oversold. Like, I bought them like below 4 cents. I had a lot of SLP. So this is a coin that I bought like last Saturday, and then even on Saturday night as well. QNT, yeah, this is the price wise it's kind of expensive, but this one has only 14 million coins. So when it pumps, it'll be quick. We'll see like massive pops towards the upside when it pumps. And then this is the QNT USDT chart. You can see bullish divergence, which is price is going down. This is I'm trying to explain what bullish divergence is. Price is going down, but the RSI, which is relative strength index, strength is going up when the price is going down. So this is like a bullish indicator, meaning that we could expect a lot higher prices. So let's quickly look at the chart. Let me just get rid of this one actually. Hold on a sec. Yeah, so it looks as if it made like a double bottom right here, and then it came back down to this level, and then it made a higher low, which is a good thing. So all we need to see next is it makes like a higher high. So it has to go above $180 above, and then consolidate above. So that means if that happens, it made a higher high and higher low, which is like, it's like looking a lot bullish. So that QNT. And Telcoin, yes, I added this coin as well. Even this one was oversold a few days ago, and now it kind of recovered. It just gone up a bit, and then looks like it's consolidating in this area. So you already made a higher low. We want to see like a higher high, probably about 1.6 cents or so. There's a lot of resistance in this area. If it makes like a higher high, about 2 cents, then it'll be perfect. So there's about resistance around this area. So we want to see go above, probably about 2 cents. Like it kept on going down, but now we can see it's kind of like trying to reverse the trends, which is a good thing. So yeah, TEL, SLP, QNT, even these are metaverse tokens. I've been talking about these coins, and then I remember a few weeks ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, when Meta Hero price was somewhere around here, I said it's kind of like gone a bit overboard, into overboard territory around this area, and we've seen like bearish divergence. And I mentioned, I draw this trend line and said maybe, like, we would see it come back, will probably come back down to this trend line to retest, and that's exactly what has happened. So there's like a lot of support in this area for this Meta Hero token. So a lot of support on this trend line, and it looks like it's holding up really well. So we made like a higher low, and we just want to see like a higher high. And then like this coin, I'm really bullish on this coin. I did not add during the bigger correction, specifically on this coin, because I had a lot of coin accumulated beforehand. I bought them around like 10 cents, so it's right now around 20 cents. So I did not bother buying these coins, specifically this coin, because I bought it like below 10 cents. So it did not come, it has been like very strong compared to other old coins which just got slaughtered. So I'm still holding on to this. I'm hoping this will go to like $1 or beyond that. So this is like a really good buy for me. No financial advice, but I'm going to hold this one for long term. Yeah, and specifically, like I need to mention, every time we discuss about these old coins, Bitcoin has to hold above its 200-day moving average, which is like 46,000. We don't want to see Bitcoin comes all the way back down to like $40,000 and just drops below, and then it's not going to be looking good for all coins if that happens. But as long as Bitcoin is above 46,000, as long as we can say Bitcoin is technically in a bull market, these old coins will go a lot higher. Especially given that we had like a massive correction. Some of the coins are still oversold. There's a lot of buying opportunity, no financial advice. So we need to make sure that we invest right now if we want to see higher prices in January and in the first quarter of next year, which is 2022. AI is still metaverse token, multiverse is called. Yeah, still they are oversold. Now they're going back up. As you can see here, oversold, they made bullish divergence, and then they're kind of like going back up now. So we'll see further upside for these coins as long as Bitcoin is going to hold the bull market support band. Yeah, even Shiba Inu has been very strong even during this bigger correction. It did not drop so much. It just dropped to like 3,308. It's been holding up really well, and then on the 4-hour chart we can see a nice double bottom, so which is like it's a bullish indicator, and then RSI has gone up, so there's bullish divergence as well. So most of these old coins are looking really good because they are oversold. So I bought a lot of old coins on Saturday and Sunday, and then if I see they pump like 50% or even beyond that, I would rather gonna take some profit out, because I would like to have always, I would like to have some USDC set aside just in case. But the rest, like the majority of what I bought on Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna hold them for long term, because I have a feeling as long as Bitcoin is not gonna drop so much, these coins will outperform, and then we'll probably make more money out of these coins compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. But having said that, the majority of our portfolio should be in Bitcoin and Ethereum, because we never know, if Bitcoin drops, these coins will drop a lot harder. Yeah, so these are the coins that I want to discuss. So yeah, so yes, like we're waiting for an announcement from Federal Reserve as probably 12 in a week's time, like in 7 days, 8 days or so. So hopefully it's not gonna be bearish news. So I don't know whether people already knew. That's why, I mean, I've seen last night Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they went up so much. So maybe the news is already out. Like maybe they know what's Fed's gonna come up with. Maybe something, it could be like a bullish news. So if that's the case, as long as share markets are going a lot higher, it's a good thing for Bitcoin. We don't want to see traditional markets are going down so much. If that happens, a lot of traders will probably forced to sell their Bitcoin position just to hold on to their shares. So normally that's what they do. If they most traders, they would like to hold on to their shares compared to cryptocurrencies, because they're highly volatile. So if we see for the downside, they'll probably sell Bitcoin and all coins, and they might keep their share portfolio, because they don't have much faith on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because it's a highly volatile market. So that's the update. So hopefully, I mean, let's go back a couple of months, like in October, right? And then that's where there's so much bullishness in the market, and people were expecting 100K Bitcoin in December. RSI was around 60, 70 level. If you look at the fear and greed, there's a lot of greed, extreme greed for like months. And people expecting a lot higher prices, right? Like, for example, 100K in Bitcoin, but it did not happen. But right now, it's the complete opposite. Price has come down. We had a bigger correction, 40% correction in a couple of days. Fear and greed, extreme fear, somewhere near 25, 15, 16, likewise. And now people are expecting a lot lower prices. So it might not happen either, right? So this is just like, it goes from one extreme to another extreme. A lot of people are scared. So a lot of people are sold, like, because they could not hold on to it, because probably the new people who got in say July, June, August, they probably, if they had no much experience, if they haven't seen 30 to 40% corrections, I'm pretty sure they just sold, and they probably completely gone out of the market. So that over bullishness we had, the 100K Bitcoin scenario, the story is totally out of the market now. I mean, it's not going to happen, like, it's the first week of December right now. I don't think, I mean, it's going to happen. And even a few months ago, I mentioned in the group that I don't believe we're going to see 100K. It's too soon, like, to see 100K Bitcoin in December. We need a correction. So we got the correction. So hopefully, I'm not expecting even 100K Bitcoin in first quarter of next year. Maybe we have to, given that we had a bigger correction, maybe you have to wait till second quarter or so. Even still, who knows, we might not even see 100K for some time. I'm expecting maybe 80K, 70, 80, at least 80K, 85K by first to second quarter. If not, we probably have, it could be, if you look at the cycle, we've seen the diminishing returns and lengthening cycles, right? So this cycle could go until like early 2023. So we might not see, there could be a scenario that we might not see higher prices for Bitcoin for the whole month of 2022. We might see, like, a peak, like, like this, similar to what we see in 2017, like 20K in late 2017 peak. We might see a peak probably in 2020, early 2023. So for whole year of 2022, we might not see a peak. It could happen. but we have to wait and see because this correction is severe. And then we are not still sure whether Bitcoin is going to hold the bull market support band, which is 46,500. So we have to wait and see. A lot of uncertainty in the market, but the share markets are going up. But whenever there's a drop, it's okay to DCA, right? You can DCA whenever you want, right? DCA means that you're not going to put all your money in. Let's say you plan to invest 10,000 or 5,000. You just put like $500 whenever the market drops and accumulates a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. If the market drops again, you DCA, add some again. So likewise, you can DCA time to time. I think that's the way to go with this market because there's a lot of uncertainty. But given that the traditional markets are going higher, it's a good thing that we want to see. It's a good thing for the overall crypto market. So hopefully we'll see 70 to 80K Bitcoin maybe in first to second quarter, and we have to probably wait till at least end of 2022 to see really what's going on with Bitcoin, because the cycle is lengthening. It might take a little bit longer, specifically given that we had a bigger correction. So that's like a quick update so far. If you guys have any other questions, you can ask. If you want to look at specific coins, if you want to discuss anything, if you want to mention something that I missed, you can go ahead and do that kindly. Yeah, today I'm streaming this live on Facebook as well for the first time. So I'll just try to keep an eye on that as well and see who's online. So try to keep an eye on that as well and see who's online. So try to keep an so yeah, it's working actually. That's not too bad. Yeah. So do you guys have any other question? Vic, do you have any question? Avi, do you have any question?
Did you want to look at the Dixie? How's that? Okay.
Yeah, let's quickly look at the Dixie. Yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah, so Dixie, this is the US dollar. Okay, so let's go to the daily. Yeah, so we looked at Dixie a few times. This is the US dollar. So whenever we see higher US dollar, like if you see strong US dollar, then we tend to see the markets go down a lot compared to US dollar. Like if the US dollar is so strong, we'll probably see a lot lower prices for share market, Bitcoin, and all the other markets, right? So US dollar goes up, markets goes down. When the market goes up, US dollar tend to go down. So this is like a good indicator if you want to have a bit of idea to know what would happen in the next few months. If you feel like there's we might see strong dollar, then we can have a bit of a guess. Maybe markets might go down in value. So let me just clear all this. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of resistance around this area. So that's probably why we've seen a bit of strength in the market. So along this area, there's a bit of, in this box, there's a lot of resistance. So it looks like it went back up, got rejected, and came back down. So let's quickly look at the 4-hour. Yeah, so it's looking kind of weak. So it went back up, made a higher high, and dropped down, made a low, right? It's like a double bottom compared to this one here. And then right now it was trying to go back up, it got rejected. So it did not made a higher high. And now it's just dropped, and then it's sitting around 96.6. So I really would like to see dollar get weakened, right? I would like to see it comes back down to probably this area and retest before it breaks about this resistance area in this white box. Because if it drops, if US dollar drops back down to say 94 or something in this area to and hold it as support, that would be enough for Bitcoin and other traditional market to go up a lot up in value. because when the dollar goes down, the traditional markets and Bitcoin tend to go up in value. So it looks like it's kind of looking weak at the moment. Let's wait and see. So we would probably know by probably end of Friday, and then end of this week we would know where Bitcoin's gonna finish its candle, right? So we want to see if it breaks above 52K and it if it holds 52,000, perfect, then that's looking good for Bitcoin. So we want to see higher Bitcoin price and strong Bitcoin price if you want to see higher gains for all coins. So seems like Dixie is struggling at the moment, which is a good thing for traditional markets and for Bitcoin. Okay, Vic, thanks for that. Thanks for your question. Any other questions you have? Okay then. Okay then. If you guys don't have any questions, yeah, that's all good. Okay, let's call it a day. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see higher prices for Bitcoin and traditional markets. Actually, during the crash on Friday, I actually bought some shares as well. I invest into shares as well, specifically uranium stocks, because I've seen they're going down a lot. I added some uranium stocks to my share portfolio. So I also planning to buy when I get some profit from cryptocurrencies. I'm planning to buy some gold and silver as well, just in case, would like to have a diversified asset portfolio as well. So you guys can do the same. Okay, so probably in that case, that's it for today. Thanks for your time. Let's call it a day, and I'll talk to you on Sunday. Thank you, guys.